I think about this book every single day. It is The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek. I actually first read it back in college, and it didn't hit me hard at that time because I was a college kid. The game to me was, start making money. I think that's really all I thought about at that time, to be honest. But now, as I'm 27 years old now, started LaunchKit 5 years ago. We've got 7 full-time team members. We got an office. We got 100 clients. Once you start to have success, I think you've realized that the unteachable lesson that there is more to it. Everybody further along in this game says this, but you can't see it until you get to achieve that. And so where the infinite game comes in is realizing that your life is basically the infinite game. And each day is basically the chance to write a new chapter or a new page in your story. And, it's inevitable that we're all going to come to an end here, with our time here on Earth. And when that time does come and you look back at your book, what do you want that story to be? And so I think that's a really interesting concept in that don't fall victim to playing little finite games. I like having goals and objectives to set the direction that we're going, but don't fall victim to living in that delta of, I'll be happy when I get that promotion, or I'll be happy when I get that house. No, if you set these finite games, you're just going to be constantly wanting the next thing. Whereas instead, if you can focus on falling in love with the average Tuesday afternoon and loving, the process that you get to go through each day and finding joy in little things, whether it's green juice or making videos or books, whatever it might be, if you can fall in love with that, then you'll love every single day. You can be happy today, but you can also still be ambitious and move forward. It's why I love this content format, this vlog format, because I think it encourages continuous learning. There is no end to this, right? It's simply, I want to continue learning and I want to continue to share my perspective. I want to make these videos not because I think my way of doing things is better than your way of doing things or that I'm better than you. No, not at all. I want to just share my perspective because this is how I learn from others as well. Anyways, we got a new week ahead of us. Today is Monday, January 26th. In case you're new here, the mission that we're on is to do $750,000 in sales this year. LaunchKit is a marketing agency. We do web design, photo, video, social media, paid ads with clients here in West Michigan. We've got about 100 clients that we work with. And we help them build the business of their dreams and the life of their dreams. So in that case, we got work to do. So let's go to the chamber and get started with the week. Absolutely devastating start to the morning. I go to put my old faithful bag here on, and the strap broke, and I am so sad because I have had this thing. I've literally carried this bag since I was a sophomore at Grand Valley. Every day I've carried it, and finally today was the day the strap broke. I don't even know where it came from, so Evan actually had the idea that I could just get a new strap. That way I could keep the bag and not have to replace the bag. So I actually might look into getting a new strap. But on a lighter note, Monday's things were good. The week is off to a great start. We got fun projects to work on, and I think maybe the sun is shining. It's still cold as shit, but anyways, back to work.
We got boxes. We got empty boxes. We got parts. We got table. The LaunchKit team is expanding and we need more room here in the office. That's right. I just do a vlog.
What about the slippers? Did you show the slippers?
Hey.
Is this gonna make you get your videos done faster?
Yep.
Perfect.
Really good content for the vlog. Really, really good stuff here, guys.
Oh, what? Doesn't that look pretty sharp? I was kind of nervous how these were gonna turn out.
Oh, those look great!
Dude.
wasn't sure how these were gonna look.
What do we think?
It's good gangsta.
Today we're having 255 grams of Greek non-fat yogurt,
Ooh.
140 grams of blueberries, top that with cinnamon and 15 milliliters of Trader Joe's organic Vermont maple syrup. You've got yourself a banging meal. Low cal, high protein. Go eat your gains. 2026, we up.
You're gonna leave that fridge open?
2026, we're up.
Yesterday was a humble reminder that we all have days where we just like really feel on top of our game. We feel like we are happening to the world. And there's some days where we just feel like the world is happening to us. Yesterday, by most means, was a pretty solid day. We got a good amount done. But I started the day with the strap on my favorite bag that I've used for the last 10 years breaking. You get to the chamber, it's cold at the chamber, meetings were a little tough just because we were all a little chilly in the morning. I come home, have lunch, I then walk over to the office. It's very cold out, it was like 2 degrees yesterday. I get to the office and I realize that I was supposed to bring a Phillips head screwdriver to the office because we had those desks to build. I didn't bring it, so I realized I forgot it, so I had to walk all the way back home, 2 degrees, freezing cold. I get the screwdriver, I go back to the office. We worked on the desks all afternoon, so I didn't really get anything done on my computer because we were building those desks and chairs. I was looking forward. I was supposed to have Run Club at 5:30. Run Club got canceled because it's cold out, which makes sense. I agree with that. It's just, I love Run Club. It's like part of my Monday routine. I get that. And then I was supposed to have a haircut afterwards. The haircut got moved. The haircut was at 5 o'clock. So it just felt like my whole day kind of like got shifted around on me for things like weather, that are out of my control. I can't control my strap breaking. I can't control the HVAC system at the chamber. But it was a humble reminder that even when we're on top of things, we have good days and we have days where we feel like the world is just happening to us, and that's part of life. Point why I wanted to record this one was because when I have days like that and I want to get back on the horse, get back in control of things, I have a little morning routine that really gets me started on the right note. Very basic, but one of the things I love to do in the morning is I start small and I make the bed. And then I'll do a 10-minute yoga class. I do them on Apple Fitness Plus. It's great. 10 minutes, resets my mind, stretches out my body. So I do my 10 minutes of yoga. Then this is weird, I started doing this a while back, but I do push-ups and crunches every day. And right now I'm 27 years old, so I do 27 push-ups and I do 27 crunches. Daily routine, I started it maybe a year ago, and I just kind of liked it. It was satisfying on my brain because it was like an infinite game where as I get older I do more, and how long can I keep up, and one day I'll have to do push-ups for my knees, and what day will that be? And anyway, so I do my push-ups, I do my crunches, and then I take a cold shower. And that kind of like make bed, yoga, push-ups, crunches, cold shower, just like resets me. Like I just did it. That's when I had the idea to tell you about this. So as you can probably tell, I'm feeling good to go. But yeah, that's my little thing. It works really well for me. The point is that when you have days or moments where you feel like you're out of control, find something that can kind of right the ship real quick for you. It could be a walk around the corner to the coffee shop. It could be a 5-minute meditation. It could be journal and just write down all the things that are pinging around in your head. There's no right or wrong answer. It's what's best for you. So anyways, yeah, that's my morning monologue. Let's go get some stuff done. All right, I'm gonna take you guys on 2 separate missions today. Mission number 1 is this morning, and that is to get back on track. I said yesterday it was a little chaotic. Well, this morning I put a block from 9 to 11:30 on the calendar, called it deep work. We're headed over to the LaunchKit office now, and I'm gonna get a solid work session in, totally focused, no distractions, and get back on top of things. And then this afternoon, well, we'll get a workout in at lunch, of course, that's a given. But then this afternoon we're gonna go mobile. I'm gonna go over to Spindel Electronics, new website client here in GR. They're in the manufacturing space. They're owned by a private equity group called Freshwave Ventures. I had a conversation with Joe a few weeks back, and we're gonna start helping them out. A handful of their portfolio companies with some marketing, the first of them being Spindel. So, that being said, Austin and I are gonna go over to Spindel's office this afternoon, meet the crew, get things we need to get started on their new site. So, morning in the office, get a good workout in, feel on top of things, and then we'll go mobile. So, let's get into it. Alright, as you can see, it is very snowy out there. I thought that the snow was going to only calm down this morning, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So I texted Joe from Spindel, and he agreed that switching to Google Meet would be just fine. So yeah, switch to Google Meet, still gonna do the kickoff, hop on Google Meet here in a minute with Austin and Joe. I feel really lucky to be in an industry where we can pivot to Google Meet, pivot to virtual calls, and have it be relatively the same experience. I still think that in-person meetings are good for building the relationship. So I'm thankful that actually for the discovery for Spindel, for my discovery call with him, I met with Joe in person at the Grand Rapids Chamber of Commerce. So got to meet him, got to start the relationship, and now for the sake of everybody's safety and productivity, we can switch to Google Meet and still get what we need to get started on the site. So got this fuel going, and get some lunch, and go get cozy at the desk. So that video yesterday of me walking through the snow, going home from the office, was honestly such a good reminder to me, and I'm sharing it here with you, that good, relevant topics and storytelling is going to beat out production, editing every single time. You know, that was a topic that right now at this time is very relevant. It's been super cold here. Everyone's very in tune to it. The roads have been horrible. We've been getting a ton of snow. So this audience is very in tune to that topic. People love to talk about the weather. And I'm not going to lie, like I was actually kind of pissed that I had to walk home because I had like just gotten to the office. I had just gotten settled, and then I had to go back outside. And I guess I'm really like thankful. I guess I'm proud of myself, thankful myself for like, I was pissed leaving the office, and when I saw that first frame on Ottawa of how hard it was snowing, then I saw the opportunity to make the most of this. And my whole attitude shifted in that like I could take this moment from that I was pissed about and turn it into something that, like, I love making videos. Then it became kind of fun for me to, look for angles where you really saw how hard it was snowing, and lo and behold, right now, it is at 23,000 on Instagram. That's by far my best performing post in as long as I can remember. Most of my videos get around 2,000 views, so it's 10x already my average post, and actually edited the video on my phone in the Instagram app. That's how I made the video. So yeah, production, editing, take it with a grain of salt, focus on a great story, be yourself. It's humbling, that's for sure. There was a few things that I guess I did, let's call it strategically, in the edit of that video that I will explain to you, because you can do this in your videos too. The first clip that I used was one where I just happened to be filming, and that guy stepped outside and kind of almost slipped and fell and laughed about it. When I had walked on the road, and then that guy stepped out, he was wearing a bright color outfit, He stood out against the snow. He kind of almost slipped, fell. That was what we would call a visual hook. So something on the screen that didn't really need any audio or even text to kind of catch your attention because you're just immediately curious about what's going to happen. So we call that a visual hook. Okay, then I paired that up with what we call a text-based or messaging hook. Text hook is going to be text that's on the screen in the first frame that explains what this video is. A lot of people when they're scrolling, they don't have the audio on. So if we have text on the screen, you can basically explain to the viewer what it is they're about to see if they choose to watch this video. Immediately, somebody knows what they're watching. They know where it is, that added. Okay, so pair that visual hook, guy almost slipping, text-based hook, that kind of locked in the viewer. Then on like the third clip, I changed the text and I said, wait till you see what the river looks like. Okay, so what this does is this is almost like a second hook midway into the video. And what determines if a video gets views or not is the average view duration. So with the current Reels, TikTok Shorts, YouTube Shorts algorithm, what's determining if it's let's call it a good video, if the algorithm's gonna push it out, is the AVD, stands for average view duration. So it means what percentage of the video are people watching. So for example, if people are only watching like the first 3 seconds, let's say 10% of the video, the algorithm's gonna deem that as not a good video and it's not gonna push it out any further. Whereas if people watch the entire video, even better if they watch it twice, even better if they share it, these are all signals to the algorithm that, hey, this is a good video, let's push this out to more people. People are liking it. Once you understand that concept, then go back to the third clip. I said, wait till you see what the river looks like. I said that because that is kind of like a rehook that keeps people engaged because they want to see what the river looks like. They're curious. And so that kind of keeps them, let's call it, stuck around for a few more seconds in the video, which boosts the AVD. And then finally, the last clip is the river. So that's kind of like the grand finale. That's the best clip last, and it gives people ultimately, if you do this well, it should be a sense of reward, like satisfaction of like, oh, like I actually am thankful I stuck around and saw that last clip. It'll leave them feeling good, which will then, incentivize them to maybe share it, like, comment, or if none of that, at least they feel good about your content. So the next time they see your content, they'll be likely to stick around. What you don't want to do is promise something good at the end. People stick around, and then if it doesn't live up to it, now you just burned that bridge and lost their trust. So don't try and play that game. If you're gonna do it, make sure that last clip actually is rewarding. Those are all points that made a seemingly mindless post that I literally edited while I was going number 2, somewhat strategic and more likely to be successful, let's call it that. So good topics is still what wins. You can take all those principles and apply it to a not so great topic and the video is gonna flop. But if you can take a good topic that's relevant and interesting and pair it up with those principles, then you're more likely to find success.
True line health.
Really?
For any of you friends out there that are runners, I'm going to show you a great way to build an easy training plan for an upcoming race. We're going to use ChatGPT and Notion for this. Notion is way better for this than a spreadsheet. I'm going to show you why. Check this out. So first of all, we're start in ChatGPT and we're going to use this prompt here. So I'm looking to make a training plan for a 25K race that takes place on May 9th, 2026. My goal is 2 hours and 14 minutes. I ran this race last year and did 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 1 second. Your task is to build me a training plan that ensures I can confidently do 2 hours and 14 minutes and still have fun running the race. I prefer to be well trained and crush my goal. I'm looking to run Mondays, Thursdays, and long runs on Saturdays. Monday will be a social run with Run Club. Thursday, I'll be training on a treadmill. before making the plan, ask me questions to give you more information you need to create an effective training plan. That little end piece right there saying ask me questions was a great move. It spit out 15 questions for me. Things like over the last 4 weeks, what's been my average weekly mileage? I pulled this from the Apple Health app. What's the longest run you've done the last month? Previous race times. This was a good one. Do you have any travel plans in between now and the race day? Ellen and I are going to Italy during this period, so there's going to be a week where I'm not training. So I took that into consideration. He did a great job. So I answered all of that, and then it spit out basically a list of runs, right? So, it listed them all out, days, dates, pace goals, heart rate goals, whatever it might be. So then part 2, we're going to use Notion to build a database. I know database sounds kind of fancy, but it's actually pretty straightforward. It's very similar to a spreadsheet, except it can be more interactive and viewed in different ways, and it's not as easy as to break like a spreadsheet is. So on the left side here, basically we just got a bunch of columns, okay? And these are smart columns. So the first column, we're just listing out all of the different runs. In this case, for this training plan, I've got 37 runs. Okay. Then you've got a date column. So this is the date of which each run will take place. For you visual people out there, you can switch into a calendar view and now see all your runs mapped on a calendar by the date. Then you got a number column. What distance are we going to go? So for me, I'm just listing out the miles for each run. Pace, if I wanted to write a pace goal, I could write it here, or I could go the approach of writing my actual pace after that run is complete. Same thing for average heart rate. If I was training off of heart rate data, or if I wanted to train around a certain heart rate, I could write in my heart rate goal here. Again, or I could go the route of after I get done with the run, I can write down what my average heart rate is. That would work too. Notes, some of these runs are on the treadmill. So for example, you can see based on my plan, I am doing Mondays, I'm just doing 3 miles with my run club group. So this is kind of a social run, not necessarily a certain pace. Thursday is going to be speed work or hill work on a treadmill. So that is what these ones are here with the notes. That's why there's no like distance or pace. It's training like you would do on a track. It's 5 degrees outside right now, so I'm definitely not going to the track. I'll do this on the treadmill. So I got the workout plan noted in there. And then finally, we just got a status. So I can mark these done and essentially cross them off this list. This list will get smaller. I will feel excited that I'm making progress. So yeah, that's what I've built. I'm really excited to have something like this in place. It takes the guesswork out of training in that, I have confidence that if I put in the work and do these 37 runs at these distances and follow my pace goals, my workout plans, then on race day is just like the victory lap. I already did all the hard work. Then you're just having fun running the race and you can feel confident. So yeah, use Notion, ChatGPT. I did this when I ran my first marathon. I've used this for another 25K. I've used this for half marathons. It works really well, and you get satisfaction from checking the runs off the list. So wanted to share that with you. Hopefully it's helpful. First afternoon day. All right, we have got a first date to go on this morning. Kind of second date, I guess. We've got Kellemeyer, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling's first production day this morning. You guys met them last week. We went up to their office in Rockford and met with Travis and Scott, 2 of the owners. They're new marketing and website clients for us. So we're going to be shooting photo and video content with them twice per month. Run their social media, run their Facebook ads, Google ads, and Mackenzie is also building them a new website. So full package, super excited to be in the plumbing business. It's a timeless business that I think serves a great purpose. And so, yeah, I'm pretty geeked to be partnered with them. So today, Friday morning, 9 o'clock, Evan and I are going to go start at their office up in Rockford. Evan prepped, I think, like 6 video ideas that he wants to shoot. So we're going to hang out in Rockford a bit, get some mostly like talking head footage at their office, so you'll see us doing that. And then we're going to migrate over we're going to hit at least one job site to start getting some B-roll basically of their crew in action in the field. That B-roll will be, think of it like evergreen media library that we can use in all sorts of different videos. So yeah, pretty excited. Should be fun. First production days are always just fun because a lot of times it's people's first time like making photo video content for their business. So there's a little bit of butterflies in the room, but yeah, we'll make sure we have a good time with it. So yeah, just warm. It's cold. Anyways, smash this bagel, eat some yogurt, get on the road.
There's a reason that so many air conditioners fail in springtime in Michigan, just like this. All winter long, your AC sits outside exposed to moisture, debris, and temperature swings. When it finally turns on, weak components fail almost immediately. Capacitors, electrical connections, and coils take the biggest hit. Most homeowners never see it coming because everything seemed fine last summer and you're not using the AC during the winter. That's why a spring tune-up matters. We test and stress the system now, so it doesn't fail when you need it most.
All right, just wrapped up here at Kellymeyer Plumbing and HVAC. Plumbing, heating, cooling. We're now gonna go to a job site, get some B-roll. We got all of our talking head stuff done here today, which is good to get all that out of the way. Now we can have a little bit of fun, get some B-roll in, and close out Friday in style.
All right, one last little Saturday thought to close out the week. Ellen and I were driving to church this morning, and I was listening to an episode of How I Built This, the Advice Line one, and Mark Cuban was the guest. And they took a call from a young lady who was starting a high-end premium peanut butter company. Okay, and they were talking about market differentiation in how in that business, in order to succeed, you literally have to stand out on the shelf. You have to stand out against the industry titans like Jif. You have to physically make yourself different on the shelf in order to succeed. Success would not come from copying the already existing industry players. You have to differentiate to find success. And this was a great reminder to me because I fall victim to this all the time. Where I go on social media and YouTube and I consume content from other creators, and I feel this I feel like I want to copy them because I like their style. And hearing this was a humbling reminder that I'm never going to find success from being the best at copying someone else. Like, nobody's going to stop watching this other person because I copied them better. You know what I mean? So instead, you find success when you make your own style, when you carve your own path that people come to enjoy you for being you. I look up to creators, and I say this openly. Like, I enjoy watching Stephen Bartlett's stuff. I like Alex Ramose's stuff. I like Daniel Dalen's stuff, Amon Ghazi, George Heaton. I look up to these guys. I like their style. I like what they're working on. I draw inspiration from it. And I fall victim to sometimes trying to copy them. And hearing that was a good reminder to myself that I'll never find success if I just keep trying to copy them. Instead, I need to focus on doing what makes me me, what makes me be me. And you can take that same message to yourself and, look around the world, draw inspiration from where you see fit, but don't get caught up in that. Make sure to be you, because nobody can beat you at being you. And that's what people enjoy you for. So, on that note, call it a week and get some rest, go hit the sauna, and we'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow. See you on Monday.